Yeah, old school. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, this ain't for everybody. Some of y'all need to hear this. I know you're in the trenches fighting, but check it out. I'm gonna put it down like this so I can help the saints understand. Everything you're going through is all part of the master plan. Or what? You thought because you got saved everything was gonna be peaches and cream? You better wake up, son. Don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. Faith without works is dead. Read your Bible, you know what it says. He who don't work don't eat. Slackers don't get fed. Yeah, Jesus said he who puts his hands to the plow looks back the same ain't fit. Some of y'all ain't been in the trenches 5 minutes and you about ready to quit. I ain't mad at you, I'm just hitting you with the real. If you died for me and I was still tripping, now how you think that make you feel? Check this out, deep game, this here's deep. Some of y'all ain't sawing nothing but you started trying to reach. But unto him who is able to possess your fathers by his glory. Struggles might be part of your testimony, but it ain't the end of the story. Now the point is this was prophesied way back in the day. Choir, sing your hook right here and see if the church can relate.
I know we can make it. I know good and well. God can work it out. Work it out. Work it out. Yeah, he'll work it out. I know we can make it. We can make it. I know good and well. God can work it out. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yeah.
Thinking not strange, the fiery trials are to try you. You say, why you? But your church say, what would Jesus do? Why you asking if he ain't trying to do what he's saying? He told you he was going to have tribulations, but you thought he was playing. 1 minute you're telling how good God is and can't nobody beat your talk. The next minute you're backsliding so fast, look like you're moonwalking. Oh yeah, I'm preaching to myself because I ain't no better. It ain't like I've been following his every word, obeying it to the letter. So we soldiers, we got to remember that. Regroup, stay on point. Yeah, bow down, confess, repent, stay humble, let him anoint. It ain't easy as I thought it was. I'd be lying if I told you that. But it's showing up getting better all the time. Trust me, that's a fact. Ain't nothing we going through that can't be handled. God put that on his son. Like they say, you can shout now if you want to, because the battle's already won. So while you're going through the valley, don't even trip. You're going to be on top. Choir, sing the hook line one more again. This time you don't stop.
I know we can make it. We can make it. I know good and well. God can work it out. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. He'll work it out. We can make it. I know we can make it. I know good and well. Oh, yeah. Yes, he can. If you let him, I know good and well. He can work it out. 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 Oh, he'll work it out. Oh, I know we can make it. We can make it. God can work it out. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. He's gonna work it out for me. If you let him, I know good and well. He can work it out.
Blessed are the poor.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Blessed are those who mourn.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Blessed are the meek.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yes, he can.
Blessed are those who hunger and thirst after righteousness.
I know we can make it. I know good and well. God can work it out. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. I know we can make it. I know good and well. God can work it out.
Yeah, this your boy Lamont Patterson. You listen to I Am Indy once again. And we just had to give a minute to Big Boy upstairs, because it's my belief, and I hope it is yours too. He going to see us through these troubling times, and I know if anybody could work it out, he can. He can. You know what I'm saying? So today, we got a great show lined up for you as usual. We have a dynamic young man that's going to be joining us, Pastor Ayu. He's going to be telling us about his trials and tribulations, and his journey through this thing that we call life. Pastor Ayu, also a criminal justice reform activist, as well as mental health awareness. He's a former lawyer. And the most impressive thing for me is he's also a convicted felon, which means that he's been living life and he knows what it is. He knows how to maneuver through this thing, and he knows about the injustices as well as the justices. But today we're going to be focusing on his music called Gospel Trap. So bear with us, and let me see if his plane to land, because I know it's kind of busy out at the airport, so let me see as he touches down. Pastor Ayu, are you with us?
I am here, my brother.
Thank you, my friend, for joining us, man. And I'm definitely looking forward to playing your music for the listeners. And we're going through this whole thing, this thing that we call life, and people always say, it's better on the other side, but I don't really know nobody that's been on the other side and came back to tell us about it.
Oh, man.
So, man, again, the platform is yours. We're going to let you tell us how you got into this format, this gospel trap, and then we're going to bless our listeners with that, and then we're going to talk about some of these troubling times we're dealing with. People always talk about the problems, but, I'm kind of tired of hearing about the problems, man. I want to hear more about the solutions,
Well, I'm with you on that because I'm definitely of the opinion that it's about being a solution-based society. We can't continue to allow trials and tribulations to overcome us. The Bible teaches us that we're more than conquerors. So we have to start acting like that, particularly as Christians. Well, not even as Christians, anybody of any faith. If you believe in a God and that God has to be powerful, he's not worth worshiping. You don't go into a car that doesn't work. You don't go into a store that's not open. So if we're gonna have a God, then let's have God. And let's give him the control of our
Paired successfully.
What's it called? Of our situations. Like right now, everything that's going on in the world has really prompted me to do a lot of soul searching, And so with the soul searching that I'm doing personally, I'm learning that, I have to be accountable, and I have to make a stand. You notice that everybody's making a stand one way or the other on this Black Lives Matter, and I'm doing the same thing. That's what the whole purpose of this new project that I'm working on is, and you are going to be the first to get to partake in it, my brother, because, I love what you're doing. I love the fact that you give God the glory at the beginning of every show. I love, what you're trying to do to get people, get people more focused in on what's really important.
Right, and I appreciate that, Danny. I think this is my church. I'm not bounded by four walls, and I can reach out and touch people
Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Bluetooth mode.
Well, the Bluetooth is ready. I heard
Paired
that.
Successfully.
But,
yeah.
this is definitely
I'm good now. Mm-hmm.
It's definitely my thing, where as I was saying, we can touch people all over the world, and I also feel that music is the international language, without you knowing formal languages. And I've been to Europe, I've been to the International Music Conference over in Medam, and I got to partake in music from other countries, and I know this is the only thing that I know that could elicit so many different emotions, whether it's happy or sad or, in between. You could touch so many people through the music. So, I'm definitely looking forward to hear yours, and your message, because we need more music that's uplifting, motivating, and I can definitely, say that because, I've been in this music business forever. I think I was in it before I was even born. I don't know. But I've had so many different influences around the world. So, and I think there's no such thing is terrible music. It just got to be music and got to be cultivated a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to stop rattling on and give you the mic again and let you talk about you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm an artist, and I'm a activist, and I'm an author. And so I've kind of combined all those things into one in order to succeed in what I'm trying to do. And basically my mission is to just bring people the knowledge of the gospel, with the knowledge of what God has done in my life and how he's been a saving grace to me all the way through. And I like to communicate that through music. I communicate that through my books. I have a book we talked about the other day called Home is What You Make It, Poems from Quarantine. And I also have I'm an entrepreneur, kind of by accident because of this COVID-19, but it gave me the opportunity to learn more about myself and get people to understand that I'm really trying to make a difference with my life. You know, I feel as though I've been granted the ability to do a lot of things that most people that were in my position were not able to do. Like, you know, how many people come out of jail and get a job right after they get within 2 months, and then are able to build a business and kind of take some of the stuff that I did while I was incarcerated and put it into practice as far as starting a business and getting into music and writing a book and, you know, running a ordained pastor. I'm running my own my church community online, doing all that stuff. So it's a beautiful experience, and I love doing what I'm doing. As artist, activist, author, it gives me a wide range of things to be able to do. Like with this project, it's called Say Their Names 2020, hashtag Say Their Names 2020, and it's a threefold project. I produced the album, which I'm going to release as soon as this interview is over, for a fundraiser. I'm going to release it on Juneteenth, formally to the world on Spotify and like all the streaming platforms. But I'm going to have a fundraiser with it on my website, 53cell.com, and PastorAyu.bandcamp.com. It's going to be for sale there. And for $8.46, I took my book price down. My book's price was $14.99. I changed the price to $8.46 in commemoration of the 8 minutes and 46 seconds that our brother George Perry Floyd Jr. spent under the neck of the Minneapolis Police Department. And I vibe with that because I've been in that position myself, with an officer's knee on my neck. So I know exactly how that feels like, and to have that experience for 8 minutes and 46 seconds, we really have to understand that amount of time. You know, that's a long time when you really get to really test it and really time it out. And to be under oppression, we've been under oppression in this country for over 400 years. And that's why in the first song you're going to hear, I talk about Genesis 15, verses 13 to 14, where it says that when God tells Abram that his children will be afflicted for 400 years. And I posted that on Instagram, and this so-called white Christian tried to question me about it and was like, that's talking about some future people. It's not talking about your people. And I said, first off, you don't have any right to tell me what is what until I see the nails marks in your hands and feet. Because if I don't see that, then that means you're not Jesus. And if you're not Jesus, then you don't have any right to tell me what my belief system should be or could be. So I lucidly stated that on Instagram for all to read. You can check my profile and see the conversation I had with that gentleman, but it didn't go well for him. So, basically that's where I'm at with it right now. I'm making a statement. I'm trying to make a significant statement about the goings on, the civil unrest that's happening, and I'm trying to make a statement about my own personal life and how it could be anybody's life. Anybody could be in that situation. Hello? Yeah, I'm back now. Can you hear me? I think we dropped off or something happened. Hello?
We can see us through these troubling times, and I know if anybody. I guess there's something going on. I don't know. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I can hear you loud.
I hear you now. I hear you now.
Okay. No, I was just sharing my experience that I had with the law enforcement when I bought this brand new Cadillac at 24, and the police didn't like, a young man of color, having a brand new car, so they wanted me to leave my hands on the hood, hot hood, and they wouldn't let me take my hands off the hood. And then once we got through going through that thing, then they wanted me to sit on the ground in a white suit, just to show me that they had power and control over me. And then after that, once they found out that I was successful in the music industry, then they wanted to be my friend. You know what I mean? Then they want to know who all I worked with in the industry, so on and so forth. And at that time, you can imagine I was livid. I didn't even want to talk to them then after they had degraded me on a major street, standing up there with my hands on the hood. And I actually refused to sit on the ground. I just told them that's too much, because then I just knew that they just wanted to just get me dirty just out of spite, But anyway, moving forward, we've all had those situations with the law enforcement, and like I said once before, jails wasn't made for horses, and I met some fabulous people as well, when I was going through that thing, and then I found out the best way not to deal with those people is not to get on a roller coaster at all, because once you're on that roller coaster, you don't get off until the ride stops.
I heard that, brother.
So the best thing to do is not to get on that roller coaster at all. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, look,
that's my message too. You're right about that. That's my message. I'm trying to catch these young people. My music is really not for people that's my age or your age. It's really for the people that's Tamir Rice's age, Trayvon's age. I want to catch them before they get caught, swallowed up in the system, right before they become 18 and get transferred up to the big house. They got a little house for the little kids. So a lot of them go through there and they get their chops wet. They get their experience to the point where they become unafraid of jail. And so I want to catch them there and say, no, buddy, you don't want to, you don't want to do that. And that's what even George Floyd himself, if you watch some of his YouTube videos, there's a video about what he was trying to educate the youth on. So it's very interesting that God chose that man to be the one to be the standing bearer for this day and age. And I'm hoping that I can, kind of harness some of that momentum and get these brothers on track, get them focused on the right things.
Well, focused, I think that's the operative word, is being focused. And the other word that we as people of color really, really need to strive on is unity. Being able to come together and stay together, because the other people in this country has always did this divide and conquer thing, and they're masters. They're pros at it. They've been doing it for over 400 years. You know what I mean? This whole divide and conquer thing. And from the time that we were working out in the fields versus the one that's in the house working, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say the N-word, but I'm sure the people that listening know what I'm talking about. It's always been this divide and conquer, and that's the way those people in power have been allowed to stay in power, because we haven't been able to come together and move in unity. Because if we were able to do that right today, like my man did what on top of the NFL said the other day, if it wasn't for the black players, it wouldn't have been the NFL. Can you imagine if they had done that 4 years ago when Colin first turned the knee? I think a lot of these things that's going on today would have a whole different look to it.
You're right about that. They acknowledge when it's just popular. That's the thing. We have a responsibility to keep this as popular as possible until we get what we are owed.
Yeah, and we, like I said, unity. I mean, that's the most important thing to me, because, if everybody was stuck with Colin Kaepernick back then, we would have a different conversation today. But, you have a handful of people, or whether to kneel for the cause, but then you got the other ones so worried about losing their car or their house or being shunned for some reason. But other people of the world, they've always stuck together. The American Indians stuck together. Our Mexican brothers stuck together. Everybody else, every nationality has always been able to stick together to get what they wanted, except us for some reason.
Right. But I think it's changing now. I think it really is changing.
Well, I hope it is, and I hope it's just not a notion or a fad. Fads change. Just like Jordache jeans. They hot for a minute, then they go away. Hope this thing is going to change, and I hope you continue to do what you're doing and reaching out and touching these youngsters, man, because a lot of them are just hard-headed. So I don't know what it's going to take to really get through, and I do hope this is the change, and that's been coming for a long time. But anyway, man, we're going to stop for a minute, and we're going to play some of your music, and then we're going to get back and chop it up. So,
okay. I think the first one is, yes.
Go ahead.
R.I.P. Freddie Gray. It could be rest in peace, rest in power, rest in paradise. But this is the intro, and it's really speaks to where I'm from. I'm from the DMV, Maryland, D.C., Virginia, or D.C., Maryland, Virginia, and so I wrote this for Freddie Gray was from Maryland, Baltimore, but it wasn't D.C. But Baltimore, D.C., we kind of like brother and sister. So I definitely wanted to give him a shout out.
All right, this is Rest in Power, Freddie Gray by Pastor Ayu. Everybody, you know what the drill is. Let your windows down, turn the air conditioner up, and put your ears on this.
And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Daily bread, face of battle, pray the land, praying for the guidance of the Lord when I lay my head. Give me daily bread, face of battle, pray the land, praying for the guidance of the Lord when I lay my head. Love the Lord with all of my heart, all of my soul, and all of my mind. Jesus Christ, I stay on his line. Prayers go up, the blessings of mine. Rumors of wars, I'm having no fear. Looking for Christ, he's already here. Watching myself, the devil is near. Open my eyes, the vision is clear. Killing the plane for peace I seek. Living so crazy, my life on the brink. Tossing my fears right into the creek. Heaven is close, and I take a peek. Watching all I was asleep in the night. Sponsored the haters for giving me sight. Set up my light, it's shining so bright. All of my demons are taking a flight. Son of man coming glory and might. Devils are scattering, picking a fight. Trying to attack my left and my right. Headed to heaven, ain't reaching my height. Worshiping him, the sovereign God. Knowing my struggles, this life was so hard. Shaking the world, the lies of fraud. Bow on my head, he gave me the nod. Give me daily bread. Take the battle, pray the land. Praying for the guidance of the Lord when I lay my head. Give me daily bread. Take the battle, pray the land. Praying for the guidance of the Lord when I lay my head.
I don't know how well you can hear me. Extraordinarily, I mean, and you have been talking about him being murdered. They're walking by you. They're yelling the F-bomb left, right, center here to your camera. I mean, what's the tone? The anger is very palpable, I will say, right? This is not as calm as people might have expected.
Okay, your girl Miss Dramaganza, check. Lip gloss, check. Mascara, check. I am Indy with the homie K Diddy, check. You listening to Blog Talk Radio, baby, and I love you for it. Mwah.
Yes, that was Rest in Power. So, man, that was another positive message. That was another positive message, man, you know, and you definitely got to keep putting the word out, man, so people could really wake up and stay tuned. So, question for you: was that something that inspired you with just, you know, his plight, or, you know, most artists have different ways to write their music, you know? So I guess that's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, Freddie Gray, you know, I didn't know him personally, I don't think, but I think I know a lot of people that knew him. So it's because I used to live in Baltimore. So I was actually had a business out there, and I was working with a lot of brothers in the street. And so I know a lot of my clients and a lot of people that I just know from being in Baltimore that knew him. He's from the West Side. He was, you know, just like your everyday brother, man. But he was a good dude. You know, a lot of these people, when you start to talk about them, I know when people die, you know, the trend is always to talk the best about them. But a lot of these people were good people, like George Floyd, Freddie Gray, Sandra Bland, Terrence Crutcher. I mean, these people, you know, Philando Castile was beloved by the people that he worked with, they say. So, you know, I just wanted to, for this particular piece of Freddie Gray, I felt like I knew him. You know, I felt like he was one of my peoples. So it hits me a lot harder. That's why I wanted to let the, you know, you hear me rap at the beginning, but you don't hear me rap the whole time. I wanted them to hear from the word. Like, if you hear the background, you can't really hear all of it, but it's we had to bleep a lot of it out because the brothers were pretty much talking about they ready to do anything to any police officer they see. So I didn't want to promote that message, but I did want to get the feeling. That's why I say featuring Bodymore Murderland, which is a nickname that people call Baltimore. They call it Bodymore because a lot of people, you know, it's very violent over there. So they call it Bodymore Murderland. So I said, let me feature that. I'm going to put that in there because that's the real Baltimore, you know. But it's in the, if you hear the words, it's from the CNN reporters, you know, they're kind of encapsulating pretty much, they're kind of communicating what the people are saying in a way that the country can hear it. And that's why I wanted to get that onto that track. I wanted that to be the main focus.
Oh, great. Pastor, when you were incarcerated, were you performing and doing your music there as well?
Oh yeah, a lot of this. I wrote the lyrics to this song while I was incarcerated. That's why I chose it. Yeah, the lyrics came from when I was incarcerated. A lot of my lyrics, I used to write all the time, so I have tons. I could make 16 albums with the stuff I wrote when I was incarcerated. So, you know.
Well, I know you definitely had time to sit there and ponder about things. I mean, things that you've experienced up until that time, and you know, just living from day to day under those circumstances, you know, and not and I'm trying to say, look, how big is the cell? 4 feet, 6 feet?
Yeah, probably 10 by 6.
Yeah. Well, you had definitely a lot of times to reflect on everything, you know, things that you've been through, and just staying alive on a daily basis, and preparing yourself for this new mission and this new journey that you're on today.
Yeah, it's a lot of time for spades, a lot of time for chess. And then me and my old cellmate, Chop, his name was Chop, that was his nickname. And, you know, that's all we did. We wrote raps, and we banged on the wall. People got tired of us. They were banging back saying, y'all need to shut up with all that God talk. Because all we did was write gospel lyrics, and we shouted them from the rooftops while we were in jail.
Well, there's a lot of definitely powerful people in jail. Another good friend of mine, Michael Harris, goes by the name of Harrio. He was the one that started Death Row Records. You know, he's still in there, and I had the pleasure of interviewing him from San Quentin. And
wow,
it shows you the power. They won't let him out, but not as of yet anyway. But you know, he was able to call in from San Quentin and talk about some stuff similar to you and the things that he's done in the past. And I think I said once before too, there's people that talk about life and there's other people that live life. And I think the people that actually live life and been through stuff like you've been through have more of a powerful, meaningful message. And I think you have a better opportunity to reach these kids, because kids know the truth. You know what I'm saying? You could hide it from them, but they know the truth. They know the ones that's talking about the walk, and they know the ones that actually have walked the walk. And I don't understand this society in which we live in, where they want to put this ex-felon and this jacket on you, and I don't know if that's out of fear, because they know that your message and the strength and the integrity and the honor that you have is on a totally different level.
Well, you know what this is? This is the 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment, people say freed the slaves, but it didn't. It set people free except in punishment of a crime. So the criminal justice system is the modern-day slave trade. And that's what they've done. They've used the law against us, and we don't even know. I mean, there's been countless documentaries about the 13th Amendment, but it's in as though, for black people, we operate as though, this is kind of normal. We've taken all the stuff for normal. Like it's normal to get pulled over. It's normal to have to get out the car. It's normal to have to to get your house raided and police come in, no knock warrant. It's normal for them to put you in a chokehold, and it's not normal because it doesn't happen for the other type of people that's in this country. It doesn't happen for the whites. It doesn't happen for the Asians. It doesn't happen except with black people. They have a particular aversion to our people, and that has to stop. And that's even going, into the next song, which is, Justice for Sandra Bland, hashtag Justice for Sandra Bland, and I also called it Mama, because it's about how Sandra Bland could be anybody's mama just driving down the street. If she gets stopped for a failure to make a turn signal and loses her life, and then they call it a mysterious case, it's no. We're not taking it anymore. And that's what I wanted to capture. Even though I am a gospel artist and they want you to be you stick to the Bible, don't talk about nothing else. No, I'm talking about it all. Because the Bible and the Word of God is in everything we do. He said the Word is a lamp unto my feet. So, no, everywhere I go, I bring the Word with me. And so, that's the benefit of having this album that we're putting out, is that, it's carrying the Word. That's what a wise man told me that. He said, I have a word in me that I have to give to the people. And I'm doing that.
You definitely got to carry the Bible even while driving while black.
Exactly.
So let me see.
Driving while black is a real thing.
Yeah. Yes, sir. And I think everybody of color should definitely understand that. And the Brown brothers should understand that too. And, it's amazing because I heard our president telling our Hispanic brothers, you guys need to go back to Mexico. And I think about it, well, California used to belong to Mexico. I mean, almost every street out here, Marina del Rey, San Pedro, San Diego. Mm-hmm. I mean, almost every street down here has a Spanish or Mexican name. But this guy wants them to go back to Mexico. And I mean, like, wow. And then he tells African Americans, and I don't even like that. I'm a black American because I've never been to Africa. My family's never been to Africa, and I don't know anybody that ever came out of my family has actually been to Africa. So I'm a black American, and you never heard of, even with Caucasians, you never heard anybody refer to them as European Caucasians. I mean, I never heard of that. Mexico Mexicans, but they want to call us.
Some of the brothers in the Moorish Americans, the Moorish Americans will call them Europeans, and the Nation brothers, Nation of Islam, they'll call them Europeans. But that's the only people I hear that say that.
Right, because on any application that you fill out, they got African Americans, and I always cross it out and put Black Americans. Because I'm like, man, I ain't never been to Africa. My mother's never been to Africa. Her mother has never been to Africa, and her parents never been to Africa. We were born on this continent, so if anything, we're black Americans, and that kind of perturbs me. But then I understand in which and where it came from. They've always gave us lies or misinformation all the way back to the time they didn't want us to read. And somebody told me something that I had to, scratch my head on. He said the only thing those people ever created was the patent office. Think about that.
Yeah.
The patent office. They took and stole everything from everybody.
Right. And if you think about it, you're right about that. A lot of people don't understand that science. They think, well, you're black. You came from Africa. No, you got to read some books. They came before Columbus. Black people did this. We are the Native Americans. We are the children of Israel. We have inhabited every facet. We're aboriginal to this earth. And I don't want to get too far down that road because I can take you all the way down that road. Take you down, before they ruled. You gotta really think about this thing. See, black people in this time have limited themselves by locations. If you understand the fact that, everybody always reps what? Their neighborhood, my street, my crew, We always limiting ourselves. We don't realize, hey, we're Pan-African. We go beyond Africa. We go to Europe. We're aboriginal to Europe. You can't even claim Europe for yourself. Everywhere on this earth, you're a foreigner, and everywhere on this earth, we are aboriginal.
I've asked the pastor a couple of times who are the true Jewish people, who are the true Jews, and I couldn't even get a straight answer on that one.
Well, the Bible in Revelation 2:9 tells you that there are people that's going to say they are Jews, they are not, but they are the synagogue of Satan. See, I can take you all the way in the Bible. I don't go to other books. And I'm not disparaging any human race, but we have to – the problem has always been when other races talk about their struggle, they get sympathy. When we talk about our struggle, we get antagonism. Because I said that there are people that say they are Jews, but they are not, then someone will come around and say, well, no, you're being anti-Semitic. No, I have not one anti-Semitic bone in my body. I love all people. But the problem has been that the world has hated us. And Jesus even told us that. He said that the world, if the world hates you, know that they hated me before they hated you. So he already prepared us for this. But this is our time. According to Genesis 15:14, it tells us that after we are afflicted for 400 years, we were going to come out with great substance. And so my goal has always been to try to teach the brothers and the sisters how to get that substance, how to go into a bank and present the right documentation, how to go into a college and a university and not be scared that you won't fit in. No, you came from schools of knowledge that you created yourself where you didn't have to apply, where you didn't have to pay a tuition, Let's go back to Timbuktu. Let's go back to Ghana. Let's go back to all the ancient empires where we ruled when it came to knowledge and wisdom and understanding. And then even in the Bible it says, in all thy getting, get understanding. So that's what we've been doing, and that's what my goal is with the lyrics. If you really listen to what I'm saying, that's what I'm trying to get understanding passed on. What I understand, pass on to you, and what you understand, pass on to me.
Yes. We got Justice for Sandra Bland queued up, man. So we're going to let our listeners put their ear on that, man. We'll be back to chop it up some more. This is Pastor Ayu, Justice for Sandra Bland. And I also want to mention, if you want to press number 1 on your phone and join in the conversation, you're welcome to do so. And if you're not, and you prefer just to sit back, chill, and listen, that's fine, too. But in the meantime, let the windows down and turn the air conditioner up and put your ears on this. This is Justice for Sandra Bland.
We're going to get the latest now on Sandra Bland, arrested after that routine traffic stop earlier this month, then found dead in her jail cell 3 days later.
This morning, a newly released recording of Sandra Bland leaving this message for a friend the day after her arrest from behind bars.
I'm still just at a loss for words, honestly, about this whole process. How they switching lanes with no signal turning
larger. Came from ivory towers in positions of power. Can't slip, never know my transitional hour. Stop rolling the dice, getting closer to Christ. Take hold of my life, making devotions at night. Always love my mama, she was my first connect. Talk to her inside the womb, never call collect. Through my life, cause you pain with my choices. God blessing me now through pain and divorces. Worldly cares have no dominion upon my soul. Soon I'll be making millions from what I sow. That shall I also reap, 90% what I keep. Now I know the devil creeps, Lord protect me in my sleep. When I had no money, mama prayed for me. When I got divorced, mama prayed for me. When I had no hope, mama prayed for me. Mama prayed for me, God made a way for me. When I had no money, mama prayed for me. When I got divorced, mama prayed for me. When I had no hope, mama prayed for me. Mama prayed for me, God made a way for me.
Put out your cigarette, please.
I'm in my car while I put out my cigarette.
Get out of the car, and then I will light you up. Get out.
Wow.
Now.
Wow.
Get out of the car.
You doing all of this for
Get over there.
Previous suicide attempt that could raise more questions in this mysterious case.
Are you thinking about killing yourself today? Sandra answering no.
Keep tweeting, keep Facebooking, keep utilizing the hashtag Justice for Sandy.
All right. That was another very moving song, man.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I definitely like that. You know, I don't know. I call it the Pied Piper thing. You know what I mean? Because nowadays, it's hard to get people to listen to the lyrics or your message, and unless you can kind of get their head moving a little bit, and then you can kind of get through to them. It's funny how that is, but that's just how it is.
Yeah, it's very tough. That was a tough song for me to make, actually.
How so, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, like, because I talked about, like, pain and divorces, and that's some of my personal story. Like, I've also gone through divorces and, pain, incarceration, all kinds of different things. And so I had, kind of sharing that part of my side of myself was a little hard, but I find the more honest I am with my lyrics and what I'm saying to people, the more they kind of gravitate to what I'm going through. I've gone through mental health situations. I've gone through addictions. I've gone through unemployment, poverty, divorce, child custody battle. So many different things that a lot of brothers go through. It's not just the criminal justice system or the employment situation that's making us problematic. It's so many other life issues that we go through that I'm trying to communicate. So, everybody, no matter whether you've been in jail or not, you can still understand.
Well, I know I understand, man. I got a cousin who's been married 6 times and divorced twice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I'll let you fill in the blanks, and I hope you ain't listening, so I'll never hear the last of it.
Oh, my God. Okay. I hope it's working out for him. That's all I can say.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir, boy. But it's all right, though. To each his own, man. To each his own.
Yes, sir.
So what else you got in store? What else you got coming up, man?
Okay, so the main thing with the like I said, is hashtag Say Their Names 2020. That's the hashtag. And what we're going to be doing, we got the album, which you're hearing. These are the first 2 songs that was off the album. First time they've been played anywhere outside of the studio. And the next will be coming a children's book. I'm going to write another book called Say Their Names 2020 with the same hashtag, and it's going to be more geared toward like children, like my daughter's 6. I got nieces and nephews, and I got people that I know that have kids, where we have like short stories on each of the people that have been killed by police. So we have a short story on Michael Brown, a short story on Philando Castillo, Walter Scott, Tatiana Jefferson, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, even if he wasn't police, it was just racist people like Trayvon Martin. You know, we want to have, like, you know, a way for, you know, parents to be able to talk to their children about what's going on right now. You know, everybody, you know, rush to, you know, teach their children about how to respond to COVID-19, but they haven't responded to racism 1619, you know. So that's what we have to do as a people. So that's going to be another part. And then the biggest part is that I'm actually announcing that my business is now hiring. I'm trying to get as many people jobs as possible. We're going to have a community-based program to get people jobs, get them out of this unemployment, get them, because our people were negatively affected by this COVID-19 shutdown of the economy. And so the hashtag Say Their Names 2020 will also be a community-based program. So from the artist side, I got an album. From the activist side, I got a program. And from the author side, I got another book coming. So it's just me giving back to the world. You know, too often, you know, our people, we focus on one avenue, like we're just an artist, or we're just an author, or we're just a doctor, or we're just a lawyer. I'm breaking down all those barriers. You know, I'm a child of God. And with that designation, I can do anything. I can do all things in Christ who strengthens me. So,
well, you also have a new.
I'm going to test it out.
Yeah, you also have a new supporter that just happened to have a publishing company. So, let us see the book before you put it out there.
Okay, wonderful. That's how we work together. That's what it's all about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, listen, I want to go ahead and get this last song in, because we're like down to the last 9 minutes or so of the show, you know, and I don't want to be remiss on that. Yeah. I definitely want to put that out there, man, so we can speak on that a little bit. And,
okay. Yeah, this is Justice for George Floyd. It's 8 minutes and 46 seconds in honor.
Right. So I definitely want to get this in, everybody. So you know the drill. Let your windows down, turn your air conditioner up. This is Pastor Ayu with Justice for George.
Father God, show us the way. We living in some tough times. We broken. We hurt. We won't take it anymore. Lord, forgive the sins of my soul. I have to fight back. But Father, Holy Spirit, make me whole.
Please remove my sins from the east to the west, from the east to the west. Get they knees off my neck. Please remove my sins from the east to the west, from the east to the west. Just release the oppressed. Please remove my sins from the east to the west, from the east to the west. G-O-D, my connect. Please remove my sins from the east to the west, from the east to the west. You can see that I'm blessed. Truth, balance, and freedom. Praising God when we need Him. I hold His majesty in all His sheep. I'm gonna feed Him. All wings like an eagle, soaring above them people. Rejecting every evil, even though my acts are legal. Justice for George Floyd, Trayvon and all my boys. Cries to heaven, curfew 7, we still making noise. Reading the book of Psalms, grieving with heavy bonds. He's crying out for moms. Why is abuse the norm? Black lives we matter, hitting back like the batter. Different standards for rappers, but I ain't Marshall Mathers. My skin is darker, blacker, working for cheese like Packers. I know who the devil after, just listen to Pastor. Please remove my sins from the east to the west, from the east to the west. Get they knees off my neck. Please remove my sins from the east to the west, from the east to the west. Just release the oppressed. Please remove my sins from the east to the west, from the east to the west. G-O-D, my connect. Please remove my sins from the east to the west, from the east to the west. You can see that I'm blessed. Bless my Lord, He woke me up. God is power, not a bluff. Everything that brings me down, tell Him, Lord, it ain't enough. Bible keeps me standing tough. Love the Lord, He is my God. No weapon can bring me down. Jesus Christ is by my side. Legacy I wanna leave. Every day can hardly breathe. Praising God, He is my shepherd. He takes care of all His sheep. Whether hustling in the streets or studios, I'm making beats. I confess the name of Jesus. I'm a ride for my beliefs. Sometimes I gotta suffer. Most times I'm gonna win. Policeman is in my face. This time I'm going in. I'm a DC go-go boy. Don't play me, I'm not a toy. I will praise your holy name. Your blessings, God, they bring me joy. Please remove my sins from the east to the west. From the east to the west. Get they knees off my neck. Please remove my sins from the east to the west. From the east to the west. Just release the oppressed. Please remove my sins from the east to the west. From the east to the west. G-O-D, my connect. Please remove my sins from the east to the west. From the east to the west. You can see that I'm black.
Our young generation is clearly lost, man. Clearly lost, man. Like, I don't even know what to say no more, man. Like, you youngsters just going around, just busting guns in crowds, kids getting killed, you know, and it's clearly the generation after us, man, that's so lost, man. Hey, man, come on home, man. One day it's gonna be you and God. You going up and you going down. You know what I'm saying?
Get your knees off my neck. 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 Freestyle, Freddie Gray. All my people, it's a day, 13th day. George Floyd, Trayvon, and my boys, Samir Rice, God's daughter, Sandra Bland. This is a freestyle beat. Wow, I seen the beat now. Every time I go around Southeast, y'all see my mouthpiece. I don't even ride no car. I just try to ride deep. Only flows that I got to know. How many of y'all can do a freestyle show? If you didn't have 100 grand to blow, what would you do and how would you know that a real freestyle unless it's certified? Yo, I'm burned to die, and I wasn't burnt to live, but I'ma come with some certitude. Yo, I don't hesitate. I'm hesitant to do what the president won't. He won't come on and talk, so neither will I. Cause I'm going northern with my pines. Everything is on the currency rise. Yo, me and my guys, no, me and my celebrities, they wanna see the destiny. I'ma come through with the federally insured loan package. You gotta see what's going on. I got it all, I stack it because I'm just a mock. I told you that my skin was blacker. I was in Marshall Mathers, incorporate the lather, washing my hands with soap. I don't believe in the Pope. I come through, I believe in the rope. Cause it choked me out, put me on George Floyd's knee. His neck was all out, so I come through. But you know what I'm about, the freestyle crew. I take it back to 92, you know how I do. I'm just a 1, 2, 3 to 4, 5. My daughter 6 years old, I'm going 7, 5. That's years, baby. Hezekiah got 15 extra. I'ma come through with the letters. In the book of life, I came through. I took enough of life to know I gotta shoot the dice. That means it's past tense. I never ever do the freestyle unless it's my last breath. This is just what I do it with. 53 self-productions. My business is lucrative. Cause I got the people on my side. The relationships, they all wanna come through. They just want me to make them chips and do it rightly. So I try to. I don't wanna get no enemies. Y'all ain't no friends to me. Unless you was in the 7D before I was born with my parents. And I come through the holy marriage. A man against Satan. I come through, my style is blatant like my old days. You don't wanna understand me with the old page. Please understand I'm an entrepreneur, but I connect with the poor. I'm here to bless the poor and needy. Check my status as the pastor's rappers. You don't understand, we trappers. Gotta get the money, 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 money. Makes it matter. Get your knees off my neck. 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 We could do whatever anybody else could do.
go out and get that one, boy. Definitely go out and get it, and definitely support Pastor Ayu. We like down to the last minute or so, man. But tell everybody where they can go get it real quick.
Six seconds. Oh, you hear me? Yeah.
Yes,
so they can go to 53cell.com, 53cell.com, and they can get it. It's priced at $8.46 for each song. So the whole album is priced because it's 10 songs, but we wanted to make it that way so it would the 846 would be everywhere. So you can definitely support it up until Juneteenth, which is June 19th, which is, of course, the anniversary of us being freed as slaves. I wanted to release it on that day, and it's going to be on Spotify and all the streaming platforms. But up until then, we're just doing a fundraiser for the community hiring program we wanted to do with Faith of the Works Church. So they can go to 53cell.com to support.
All right, man. Well, listen, I'm going to thank you again for coming and joining us and sharing your music with us, man, and we definitely going to continue to support you. And definitely go out and support Pastor Ayu. And thanks for joining us and listening to us today. And we're going to take you home with one another Pastor Ayu songs. This is Holy Ghost. And we will see you guys next week at the same time. Man, I know I'm talking fast, but I'm trying to get this one in, man. Appreciate you. Love you much, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, brother. Love you, too.
Brothers fighting in cubicles. Jesus, Lord, what you gonna do? Spirit inside, it's moving you. Feel this way, it's new to you. Righteous law, my inward parts. Let His grace come in my heart. Fill my soul like shopping cart. Holy Ghost music, top the chart. Heart and peace, I'm no rookie. Back in jail where they took me. Slow the wrath, you can't push me. Praising God, then He shook me. Made a deal with the King of Kings. Them rings and things ain't looking. Fighting 12 of my enemies, and none of them can't book me. Back to back with these cats. Seek the Lamb, I found rats. Faith in all that I do. Impossible to top that. Money and ice, it looks nice. So I sacrifice. A broken heart by the smoking spot. Thou will not despise. He set before you this life. Then set before you this death. Place His name with respect. Or you pay your respect. Flexing hard with the Pentagon. Nations leaving here next. Me and mine, we gonna live. Don't repeat lame threats. Or you hold your breath. Mix the praise with strength. Weak-hearted and cowardly, never fear what's next. My Lord, He ain't never mocked. Be not deceived. It's just like you're my pops, cause what you sow, I reap. Brothers fighting in cubicles. Jesus, Lord, what you gonna do? Spirit inside, it's moving you. Feel this way, it's new to you. Righteous law, my inward parts. Let His grace come in my heart. Fill my soul like shopping cart. Holy Ghost music, top the chart. Interrupted my prayer time. Talk to God, He's so divine. Get the devil up off my line. Know yourself, I'll be just fine. Sinful nature, I'm in a maze. Can't get out like prison stays. Eating good off them nasty trays. Resurrection, it's time to raise. Let us not be weary. Salvation's on the way. In due season, it's coming quick. But now we got to wait. A brother once offended. It's harder to be won. Death and life are in the power of your my tongue. Chasing me, them chicks young. Girl was cool, I got sprung. Virtuous is good in women. Think I got me one. Hear counsel and instruction. You'll be wise in your latter end. I tried everything else. I had the money, I had the bends. Didn't have no fruit, no virtue, no control. Spirit left me, broken home. Shepherd called me, know my own. Now He's back inside my dome, and He's seated on the throne. Come to me, y'all heavy laden. Come and take this yoke. Brothers fighting in cubicles. Jesus, Lord, what you gonna do? Spirit inside, it's moving you. Feel this way, it's new to you. Righteous law, my inward parts. Let His grace come in my heart. Fill my soul like shopping cart. Holy Ghost music, top the chart.